Okay. We're gonna start off with your dance moves. I love it. I
I
love
waited, I did that before everyone got on here, so no one else saw my cool dance moves.
it.
Not my top skill. I seem to
Is
do
that how
all
you were
dance moves
dancing at your daughter's wedding?
exactly how I was dancing. Didn't you see it at YouTube when we were standing next to each other?
I didn't see that YouTube video. I should go find it though. Welcome, everybody. If you're just joining us, this is the right place to be. If you are in the mortgage industry, we're going to teach you some mortgage lead gen hacks. So you're going to love what we're doing. But go ahead, if you would, in the chat box, go ahead and put in the city and state that you live in and the company that you work for. That'll allow us to just say hello and see if we've got any friends in the room and see who's here with us as well. So please do that. Todd, you're going to the World Series game tonight, I hear.
Can you believe that? Like I'm super stoked. I love live sports, and I was transparently struggling with the cost of a ticket, but lo and behold, a good friend of mine who lives out of state and had tickets gifted me some tickets. So very
Wow,
excited to be
it's good
going.
to have friends.
It is at least
Good to
one or
have
two.
good friends.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Good, good, good. All right, well, we're going to get started in just a second. I see we've got Gerardo Marin from Tustin, California with C2 Financial. Welcome, welcome. We've got some people that are being shy, and that's okay, but you can go ahead and put your name and the company that you work for in chat just so that we can say hi. This is a live class that we're going to be giving. It's Wednesday, November 1st. How is it already the beginning of November?
I am feeling like October flew by. Like I was already like, oh, it's Q4, we are here, but to be already a third through this quarter and 40 business days till the end of the year. And you know what? I'm not planning on working all 40 of those business days. So it's gonna be a sprint.
Absolutely. Well, welcome, Susan, in Santa Barbara, California. Beautiful place. And Bob DeSimone's up in Denver, Colorado. I was just up there 2 weeks ago. Love Denver. That's kind of becoming a second home for us there. So welcome. Well, let's go ahead and get this started. Todd, before we go ahead into the training, anything you want to share with the audience? Anything you want to say?
Well, listen, we're super grateful you're here, right? Brandon and I were just talking. I mean, this market is unlike any market, right? We know that those of you who are veterans have been around for, a decade or more, you went through the financial crisis, you knew what that was like. And we are very glad you are here, and we don't take the fact that you're investing time into this for granted. So we are looking forward to hearing your takeaways and making sure that you leave here with some things you can take action on in order to increase your business.
Yeah, and that's really well said. We're going to make sure that you can take action and get results quickly. So let's get into it. We'll have some people joining us, but really, this is all about teaching you some lead gen hacks for mortgage pros. And this is for you if you want to be known as the #1 top trusted mortgage expert in your market. So we're going to talk a lot about getting more deals from realtors and from other professionals who serve homeowners. But just to give you some quick background on Todd and myself, my name is Brandon Barnum. I'm the CEO of HOA.com. And for 12 years, I was a loan officer just like you. I started out in 1997. I was a single dad. I had custody of my son, and I was only making about $20,000 a year before I got in the mortgage business. But thankfully, I had somebody mentor me in the art and science of what I now call raving referrals, and was able to 10x my income from $20,000 to $200,000 in 18 months. So I went on to close over $500 million in mortgages. And then I got out of the business in 2009 and have been building technology platforms ever since. HOA.com is the 10th tech platform that I've built over the last 26 years. And the last was called Refer.com. We built that into the world's largest referral network with over 5 million members, including 250,000 realtors. So excited to be here with you. I've written the book, Raving Referrals. Todd and I are working on Raving Referrals for Mortgage Pros. And Todd, just happy to be here with you and in partnership with you, my friend.
Always great. I look forward to these conversations, and just always happy to share. For those who don't know who I am, I'm the creator, founder of Win by Noon. Over 20 years in the mortgage seat, so I know exactly what you're all going through. I don't originate day to day anymore, but I'm still leader of a team. My team's closed over $1 billion worth of business, all by referral. So grateful for that. Some of you might know me from being part of the Mortgage Coach Productivity Mastermind Group. I co-founded that with Dave Savage about a little over 7 years ago. It's now called the Trust Engine Group. I'm on the Friday mastermind there with him and Deborah Bird just about every Friday. My travel schedule lately has been kind of packed, so I haven't been on quite as many Fridays. And he and I also co-founded the Modern Mortgage Summit, which has been a lot of fun. It's been the #1 attended mortgage event the last 4 years. In fact, working on 2024 as we speak.
Well, and I had the pleasure of going to the 2023, and it was awesome. So really well done. And thanks for being here with us, Todd. And just so that you guys that are here have some background on what HOA.com is all about, we're on a mission to revolutionize the homeowner association world. And we're doing that by connecting communities. We're really creating a real estate ecosystem. We say it's like Nextdoor meets Angie's List meets Zillow, because we're creating community pages for every neighborhood in America. And then we are connecting homeowners with professionals they can trust. And then we have a home valuation engine in this system as well. So we'll show you a little bit about that, but just so you're wondering, this whole HOA.com thing, we're really out to create a referral network of professionals who serve homeowners. So that's what this is all about. All right, cool. Well, let's start out by finding out what is working best for you. I'm going to launch a poll so I can find my little poll button. And I've just launched this. So go ahead and answer this on screen. What's your #1 source of new clients? Are you spending money on advertising? Are you buying leads? Or is social media driving clients to you? Or is it referrals from past clients or referrals from referral partners? What's working best for you? Go ahead and complete that quick survey. We'll let you click on your answer, give you about 5 seconds, and then we'll show you the results so that you can see what everyone has said. And we'll give you 3, 2, 1. We'll end that poll and share the results. Okay, check that out, Todd. What do you see?
You know, that is what we love to see, right? Referrals from past clients. That means you all are working your databases just like you should. And then referrals from referral partners. And we have no people spending money on advertising, buying leads, although I'm a little surprised that the social media is at 0 as well.
Yeah, and that's really indicative. And we see these results quite a bit. Now, if you think about the #1 business need for both realtors and also professionals who serve homeowners, what do you think it is? It's more clients, right? Everybody's in that same position. The reason you're here on this call is you're looking for more business. You're looking for strategies to attract more clients. And so are the people that you get business from. So we're going to talk a lot about that. But the reality is that 90% of the professionals we've surveyed said that attracting more clients is their #1 biggest business challenge. So that's probably true for you, which is why you're here. But the reality is that most people don't do a great job promoting themselves consistently, following up with past clients, asking for referrals, and building referral partnerships. And because of that, that's why they don't have all the business that they're looking for. Todd, that's pretty much what you see as you coach lenders nationwide, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, the bottom line is that people need more business right now. And so I think it's just this whole idea of making sure that we're doing the things that we know we need to be doing on a consistent basis. And then hopefully you'll get some reminders of that and what we're going to talk about. And then we'll hopefully give you a couple of new ideas you can implement.
Absolutely, and help you take action today. So just a little bit, some statistics about referrals. We all know referrals work, right? And the reason they work is that 90% of humans say they trust recommendations from people that they know. And that's why if somebody is referred to you, as a client's referred to you by a realtor, financial advisor, CPA, or whoever else, they're 400% more likely to hire you and to use you. And referred clients are 16% more profitable overall. So really important to work by referral. Todd, anything you want to add here?
my light keeps going out, so I'm trying to get a little more light on my face. Sorry if it looks like I'm in the witness protection program. I think we all look for referrals from people we know other than our mother-in-law. I think we need to add that in there. But I mean, the bottom line is that we know that referred clients, when it comes in, they're less likely to shop. When they're less likely to shop, then you less likely have a lender you're competing with. And so if you're a branch manager, you know where this is going, right? If you've got referred clients, you're doing a better job, the loan officers underneath you, then guess what? You have less price exceptions. When you are a loan officer and you've got someone who's referred, guess what? Less tension and easier sales conversion process because they're all in on you and they're not worried about shopping you with somebody else. So I think that's really a great piece when it comes to your stress level and then your profitability to your company and your branch.
Yeah, absolutely. So the question is then, who is in your alliance, right? Who are you building your business with? Who are you getting your clients from? Obviously, realtors, number one, right? That should be your main source of business. But there's this whole ecosystem and professional, a group of professionals that are serving homeowners every day. And so really that's the question. What we're going to talk about is the referral partner blueprint. And it's our gift to you. We actually have a whole referral partner blueprint that you can go to hoa.com/blueprint and you can download this totally free. It walks you through exactly who to partner with, what to say, and most importantly, there's 21 co-marketing campaigns that you can use to cross-promote, to cross-refer, and to make sure that you're getting your name out there to everyone else and you're promoting your partner. So it's a great tool and it's absolutely free. Just go to hoa.com/blueprint and you can download that. All right, cool. Well, let's do another poll, and super curious, how many active realtor partnerships do you have? Now, by active, what we mean by that is someone that has sent you at least one client in the last 90 days, one client per quarter. So I'm going to launch that and go ahead and answer that. You'll see that pop up on your screen. Some people may have 0, 1 to 2, 3 to 5, 6 to 9, or 10 plus. No judgment. This is a judgment-free zone. So we just want to be able to find out from you how many you have, and we'll go ahead and end this. So 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead and show the results. Here's what we found. Todd, wow, that's interesting, isn't it?
Look at that, 10 plus. We got a high achieving group here, but the 1 to 2, right? We know, and we'll see that on the next slide, that is very common. It was really interesting to me. I taught exactly what to say certification in Dallas last week, and one of the women in there has been in the industry for 25 plus years. And she's in a town of 32,000 people, and she's had 6 referral partners for more than a decade. And I was just shocked by that because I really feel like this is a market where you've got to have more, right? I just don't know people who are trying to put in bigger numbers. Now, not everyone wants to put in bigger numbers, but who are trying to put in bigger numbers who aren't working more. Like my current, because I'm in the lab here at hoa.com and working a group of real estate agents to work with my team and using hoa.com to integrate into their businesses to help them grow into 2024. I currently have a list of 60 agents that I'm courting that all do some level of business with my team, whether it's one a year, whether it's one a quarter, whether it's one a month, and then luckily some of them are one a week. But ultimately, it's, I think, a bigger number. And, this slide tells a lot.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's kind of the 80-20 rule. It's 79%, right? When we surveyed over 2,000 professionals, what we found was that 32% said they had 0 referral partners that were sending them business consistently. And 47% said 1 to 2. So if you're in that category, you are not alone. And the reality is that only a small fraction of people are creating these referral partnerships and have the business that they need. And, our results were that 2% were in that 10 plus category. And as we dug deeper, what we found was that 2% that had 10 plus partners, those people were earning on average over $250,000 a year. So part of what we want to teach you today is that referral partner process. How do you add more referral partners to your business? How do you get people referring, recommending, and promoting you? And the good news is you guys are well paid, right? When you close loans. Now we need to help you get more loans to close, but on average, according to New York Times, you guys earn $4,350 per loan on a nationwide basis, which means even if you're closing just 4 deals a month, you're earning over $200,000 a year. Now, we know this last 18 months has been a totally different world in the industry. However, when you find strong referral partners, and Todd, you and I were just talking before we got on here, that the actual volume of real estate transactions in 2023 isn't off too much from 2022, correct?
I was shocked by that statistic when I heard it, and came from the folks at Keeping Current Matters. And, it was down, but it was down just a small percentage. And it could be different for your market, but it's the refinances that we lost. And it's the fact that the market just seems to be moving at a slower pace. And, it's been, I hang out with some super positive people. And I really would say the last 60 days is the first time where a lot of them are like, oh, this is really hard. And so I'm just, again, I think that this whole idea of the realtors that we want to work with are feeling the same way we're feeling, maybe even feeling worse, that it's just a great opportunity for us to think about spreading the love as we help them, look at these numbers here, where if we can just find a few more realtors to refer us a few more loans, we can seriously increase a few more dollars in our bank account.
Yeah, and it's all about adding value, right? Standing out from the competition. How do you separate yourself from every other loan officer out there? Now, I guess the good news about this last 18 months is there aren't as many loan officers out there, so you can win more business from the productive agents. But, if you just get one deal per quarter from a realtor or other referral partner, that's over $17,000 in business for you. And, when I was in the business, at the end of the second year, I started in May, and by May of 97, by the end of 1998, I had earned over $200,000. And I looked back at all the transactions that I had done that year, and I found out that I earned over $50,000 in commissions from just one realtor. So those are the types of relationships and, quite frankly, partnerships that we want to help you build. So how do you do it? How do you add more value to realtors? Well, one way is to help them build strong referral partnerships. With a previous tech company that I ran, we were partners with Prudential Home Services on a nationwide basis. And so I went to their national sales convention for 3 years in a row. And I'd always ask these agents, when it comes to referrals, what's your biggest challenge? And their answer, quite frankly, shocked me. What they all said was, we give out a ton of referrals and we don't get many back. So if you can help your realtors build referral partnerships where now they're getting more deal flow, if you're the one that's helping them win that, then that deal flow is going to come through to you. Now, Todd, I know you've got some success stories too, like when it comes to property managers. That's been a great source of business for you historically, hasn't it?
It was my break in the industry, right? So I started in the industry in 2001, right after 9/11, and it was, an interesting time, right? Rates were just starting to break, and a lot of my friends were super focused on refinances. Well, I didn't have any past clients to refinance, and so I happened to have one thing though that was unique to me, and it was a really good friend who had just bought a property management company. He was trying to figure out how he could use the property management company to increase his real estate transactions. So the first house that he sold was the first transactions that I financed, because he had two things in his database. Number one is he had renters, right? Renters who wanted to become homeowners. And then number two was he had investors who needed service, either to manage their loans with someone who understood rentals, and or who were looking to do 1031 exchanges and buy new properties. And so I was super fortunate. In my first full year of the business in 2002, I refinanced about 24 properties for one client, almost 10 for another. And so I had some home runs right away that were referrals from the property manager. And I still think that's a super valid opportunity today to find a property manager who's looking to increase their revenue, diversify their income, and get a few extra hits, each month, each quarter, each year.
Yeah, and property managers are tremendous because they're working with investors. Investors are still buying homes and financing homes even at current rates. So I think that's just a brilliant category of professional to go to. And when you've got property managers, realtors are excited to work with you. But when you think about your existing referral partners, who is it that makes the best referral partners? Okay. And you see the answer already on screen. It's number one, people that you're already referring clients to. You may have some professionals that you send clients to on a regular basis. Maybe it's your CPA, financial advisor, attorney, could be your realtor, and it might be home service professionals. Now, if you're referring them, are they sending you business back? Maybe it's credit repair agencies. Are they reciprocating and sending clients back? And how can you get them to do that? We're going to talk through some strategies about how to really activate them. Number two, people who are already referring clients to you. If they're already sending you some clients, how do we double that? How do you triple the number of referrals that they're sending your way? And then number three, who are the professionals that you know, like, and trust? Maybe you've known them for 5, 10, 20 years, but you've never formalized a referral partnership with them. Those are the people that you should be thinking about building a referral partnership. And really at HOA.com, there's 4 ways that we help you do that and create referral partnerships. So we're going to talk a little bit about coaching and communities, co-marketing, and concierge service. But really, coaching is a key part of our program, and it's something that you should be doing to the realtors that you're working with. Todd, I know this is one of the ways that you add value over and above just doing loans, is kind of helping coach realtors and other professionals in life planning, and you're getting ready to do some 2024 planning, aren't you?
I'm just such a big believer in that, right? And so for me, it's my new mantra, which I came up with on our coaching call last hour: teach more in 24. And my goal is just to pour into people, and it's really to help. We're in the best industry in the world, right? I think as loan officers, I think real estate agents, it's the best industry ever. And so how do we figure out how to thrive in what's going to be this tumultuous market? But I've been a big life planner forever. Not everyone has thought through that, right? We've all thought about a little bit about, hey, here's where I want to go in my life, whether it's personally or in relationships or, as a parent or financially. But we really haven't put pen to paper like we hopefully have on our business and did business planning. So yes, I'm getting ready to roll out some free life planning course, business course that I'll teach live on Zoom in the next 30 days. And then I'll also be doing a course for loan officers to invite their real estate agents. So if you're not comfortable teaching business planning, then you'll be able to bring them along and teach them how to work with you from an accountability perspective. So just something I'm super passionate about and want to continue pouring in. The reason that we're here doing this for you all today.
I love it. Teach more in 24. I love that. I just wrote that down too, Todd. And you guys should be teaching. You want to elevate your expert authority by providing coaching and training. Now, we do this for the members of our referral network. That's how it works at HOA.com. We give people the Raving Referrals book and course. We have weekly biz growth coaching classes. And then we also do our Raving Referrals, our Win by Noon mortgage coaching twice a month. So if you choose to become a member of HOA.com, you'll be able to do that. It's less than $1 a day, super affordable, and you'll get the mortgage coaching in addition to access to the other coaching as well. And then the second thing that we're passionate about and you guys should be looking at is connecting communities and really focusing on your local level and your local communities. I love this quote: "There's no power for change greater than a community discovering what it cares about." I love it so much. We put it on our mugs that go out as to our pros, just to remind you all about the power of community and localizing your marketing into what we call hyper-local social farming. Now, Todd, I know you've been sharing this concept with some realtors. Do you want to share kind of how that's been working from your perspective?
Well, it's always difficult, right? We're talking about batting averages since the World Series is going on, and I am batting 1,000. Like, it's so bad. I need someone to say no, Brandon, because then it'll sound believable. It's like no one believes in all 5-star reviews. You got to have at least a couple 4 stars and maybe a 1 or 2 star in there just so people think you're a real human. However, That said, 100% of the agents that I've reached out to, met with, talked to about partnering with our team on working with them on HOA.com, they've all said yes. And the interesting part about it is that, you know, people might be thinking, well, you probably just went after people who aren't big producers, or you went after people who knew you and already liked you, or people, you know, you already had relationships with them. And totally not true. In fact, I pushed myself to go after some really big fish, and the results were just the same. And that's, you know, that's the crazy part. It's one of the things I learned from you, Brandon, the wedge strategy. So I have a really big realtors in a community called Fountain Hills. So if you're familiar with the Arizona area, it's due east of Scottsdale, and it's got a big fountain, and it's in the hills. And knew a realtor who liked to farm there, but I also knew his best friend is his mortgage lender. He's actually a co-owner of a number of very big franchise of the largest real estate company in the world. He's franchise owner of those, and his best friend's his lender, and he actually markets really hard. And I just had a conversation with him around how is his farming going. You know, we talked about the hyper local social farming, and I asked him if there was an opportunity for him in any particular community there to actually improve the reach, improve the penetration that he was getting. He's like, absolutely. And so then we went on to say, well, hey, if you partner with, we can use the HOA, which I think is a relationship platform. Hey, we can talk about the relationship platform and how you can actually offer something different than the other two realtors were also trying to farm in that same community. Would you be open-minded to having a conversation around that? So conversation with him, then a conversation with his business partner, then a conversation with his marketing person, and then eventually his whole team. And so we start off with just that one community that he talked about. And then they ended up settling on 6 agents working in 6 communities with our team. And he just viewed it as an opportunity to differentiate himself. He used it as an opportunity to use all the other really cool, unique features that HOA.com includes. And I didn't have to say it. He was adamant with his team that, hey, these are relationships that are being built, leads that are being generated through the relationship that we've created in this product that Todd's team has brought with us. And those are all leads that they get. So it's, you know, to me, it's just been a home run. And oftentimes it's just a challenge because people ask me all the time. I was on a coaching call yesterday, and someone's like, well, what are you saying to realtors to get them to want to do business? And, you know, I'm a broken record, HOA.com.
Yeah, I love that you say that. Thank you. Appreciate that. And, you know, it's interesting. I was interviewing Jason Mitchell, I think about 2 weeks ago. And for those who don't know, Jason Mitchell Group, he's a realtor out of here in Phoenix, started his own real estate brokerage, and he's expanded pretty significantly. In fact, he's on schedule to close 9,500 transactions this year through his team, through his real estate brokerage. And I asked him, okay, Jason, what was the key to your success? And he didn't say hyper local social farming. He didn't use that phrase or those words, but that's what he described. He said, you know, when I got started, I focused on individual neighborhoods and communities, and I became famous in those communities. I worked them over and over again and remarketed and retargeted to all of those homeowners in those neighborhoods. And he said it took about, 9 months or so, but eventually I won all of the listings. So I'm just going to demo a couple of things of what we're building here at HOA.com. You can see we're creating community pages for every neighborhood in America, whether it's an HOA or a non-HOA community. Kind of like Nextdoor will have a page about that community, and will feature all of the professionals that serve that community. So not only the mortgage lender, the real estate agent, financial advisor, home inspector, painter, plumber, landscaper, all of the pros who are serving that individual community. And we provide some data about them. We're adding in all of the HOA contact information as well. And then what's going on in the local market? What are the events that homeowners can see and view? We're adding deals and discounts. We're adding all kinds of additional features and functions. So that's kind of the main community page. And then you'll have your own profile, and on your profile you'll have your trusted team members. And I love this. I featured Donnie here. She's in Las Vegas, one of our mortgage lenders. And I love this because Donnie for years had been a processor, and at the beginning of this year she just became an originator. And over this summer, she was just telling us on our coaching call time before last, she said, over the summer, while most people are taking it off, she got 77 referrals that led to 34 loan applications. And that's the kind of volume that we want for you. Todd, I just think that story is so cool because here's somebody that had no relationships and now she's getting referrals like crazy.
Well, and it's a difficult conversation for me to have with loan officers because I never want to be a jerk. That's like one of my, my core personal values. However, it's the whole idea that she's in rookie mode because guess what? She's a rookie. And so she just outworked her competition, right? She outworked her competition because it's a job for her. And it's a career for others, but for her, it was a job this year. She has a year to prove to herself that she could make it as a loan officer. So she just outworked the competition. She didn't outwork them 50 hours a week. She outworked them working a full 8-hour day every day. And then when other people were not there to serve the realtors that needed help, she was there to step in and build relationships in place. And I think her numbers speak for themselves. It's more applications than most loan officers that I've talked to in a market where we all need more applications. And so I always just encourage y'all to have that rookie mode, right? Think like a beginner and work like a beginner.
Well, and one of the reasons she's having so much success is because she's able to offer them this co-marketing engine, not only on the local communities, that's the hyper-local social farming that we talk about, but also through what we call the Home Safe Report. Now, the Home Safe Report will go out from you to all of the homeowners in your database. And you may be using a home valuation tool to stay top of mind and make sure that you're adding value to the homeowners in your database. Here's the main difference. Yes, this is similar in that it's going to share that with the homeowner, the value of their property automatically every single month. It'll send them an email and it'll show the historical. That's super cool. Here's what's revolutionary. Not only are you promoting yourself as the mortgage lender, but you're also promoting your trusted team. All of your referral partners, the realtors, insurance agent, financial planners, painters, plumbers, contractors, dentists in this case, home inspectors, all of the people who serve homeowners every day. And the beauty is, as you're promoting them to your database, they're promoting you to their database. So everybody gets more business and more promotion. We ask if somebody's looking to buy or sell a home, because that's going to create buyer leads or seller leads for you and your agents. And then we give them info about comparable sales. What is sold recently in your area? What is for sale in your area right now? And again, what are the events that are going on near you? So this is an automated co-marketing engine that goes out every single month. And the beauty is you set it up one time, and once you set it, you forget it. It just goes and works for you all the time. Todd, anything you want to add there?
The one thing I forgot to say about Donnie was that she's working the plan, right? I mean, again, go back. We just gave you a gift, the referral blueprint, which gives you a plan. And she's just taking not just that referral blueprint, but also the HOA.com blueprint, and she's executing on it. And so again, whether it's this plan or a different plan, is what is your plan? And then are you really committed to executing it? And then the last thing I would think about is we've got 2 months left, right? You're here, it's the first day of November. And think about what can I do today to jumpstart my 2024 business plan now? And really, we're offering you some plans that you can own, that you can execute on, and that you can ensure that your business is better, hopefully great in 2024.
Absolutely. And you want to be what I call the the mayor of Murray Hill. Got that backwards. So when I lived in Beaverton, Oregon, before moving to Phoenix, I lived in this area called Murray Hill. And we had about 10 communities that were part of this Murray Hill area. And if you would drive the streets, 2 out of every 3 for sale signs you would see would say for sale, Brian Belair's. And this guy was known as the mayor of Murray Hill, because if you were selling your house, you felt like you had to go talk to him before you listed, because he had farmed the area so effectively. And that's what we want for you. And that's what we want for the realtors that you serve. Now, it's all about adding value, right? So one of the other things that we do in this program is we give you a concierge program. Now, this is for when you're closing a transaction, you've got a buyer that's moving into a new house. they've got to change everything, right? So we help them with everything that they need. And it's a gift from you. It's actually branded for you with your photo, your name, your phone number. And it comes as a free gift to the homeowners that you serve. And we'll take care of everything. We will change their address for them, set up their utilities, internet, cable, water, power, security, getting them quotes on homeowners insurance, everything that they need. And it's a wow factor for you, because when you take care of your clients' needs and you have something to separate yourself from the competition, then that's where you become famous and everybody starts to refer you. Todd, anything you want to share here?
Well, it's one of the things that I was really excited about HOA.com for, because I was paying $800 a month to have a concierge. And where the concierge fit in for my team was, it was differentiation during COVID and when we're doing refinances. And then also it's transition now into purchases, because we're having a different conversation with them in the initial call than the competition was, right? Awesome. Hey, one of the things that we offer all our clients after they close on their refinance is we'll plug in with our concierge. Oftentimes I'm finding that clients have little projects around the house that they'd like to get done and just don't know who to call. And we'll connect you with our concierge. You just give them a quick call and they'll help get you bids and help to get you scheduled for all of those things. And the same thing on the move, right? Because the turn on service is just so easy to say, awesome. Hey, once we get your contract, we'll get you signed up with our concierge service so that we can get with one call, we can get all your utilities turned on and they can help with any other thing that you need once you get into the home. And so just one more thing that we had that we could offer. And for me, it was a cost saver as well.
Yeah, and add value. And here's the takeaway. Whether you decide to join us at HOA.com and be a member in our referral network or not, find ways that you can add value to both your clients and also the professionals that you serve. This is a great one. It's turnkey, it's easy, but also think about how to get your message out there to the masses. One of the things that we're doing is done for you community impact campaigns that are turnkey. You know, we did a March Madness contest and gave away a trip for two to Cancun, Mexico. We're getting ready to do the best dressed home. We just finished the We've Been Booed campaign for Halloween. There's the Great Egg Hunt that we do and the virtual salute. So we create these community impact campaigns so that you can copy, paste, and post into your social media, and you don't have to always be thinking about what to do and what to say. We want to make it easy for you so you can keep your brand, your photo, your face, your name in front of your social sphere so that they remember you the next time that they or anybody else needs a loan. The other thing that we do is we recommend that you create experiences and events. Now, we do some where we give you a guide in a turnkey way to bring professionals together for networking. That's a great way to add value to all of the professionals who serve homeowners. This is kind of like the BNI Power Team for professionals who serve homeowners. And then there's also community impact events, whether it's, you know, generating food for the food bank or doing a community barbecue or ice cream social. You want to be looking at how can you get face-to-face with homeowners and face-to-face with the professionals that send you business. So we've created all of these turnkey campaigns to make it easy for you. And the realtors love this because they don't have to do it all and set it all up. It's turnkey. They've got the guide as to exactly what to do, and it doesn't take much effort or energy. Todd, you've done this with a couple of your realtors, right?
You know, the best part about it with the realtors that I've done is that we've done none of the work. I don't know a way to say it other than that. I mean, we've all had realtors who've asked us to write them checks to help them with events. They've asked us to spend a lot of time to help them with events. They want to print flyers to help them with events. And what I love it is that our realtors that have partnered up with us and have communities have actually leaned on the other partners to help with the money and the flyers and the time. And I thought it was really cool. The first one we did earlier this year, they reached out to the HOA, and the HOA said that they've never had a real estate agent reach out to them before. So I thought that was super interesting. They said they would love to help them promote the event. Now, it wasn't anything flashy. It was just a shred-a-thon around tax time. And not only did the HOA say, hey, we'll put a flyer on the website, which, by the way, the title company created, the title company paid for, had our information on it. but they also actually emailed the flyer to everyone in the community. So that flyer went out, had the realtor's information, title company's information, our information. And then all we did was show up that day, help shake hands, kiss babies, pull a few boxes of shred out of people's cars and put it in the truck. However, it was just a great example of the fact that when you're providing value to people, they're not necessarily looking for the money and the other handouts that they were in the past.
Well, and the key is to have something to offer of value and something different than your competition, right? You want to be able to talk about bringing communities together, and the community impact events are a great way to do it. We did a community barbecue not long ago here in Chandler, Arizona, where I live. And it was so cool because there was about 50 people there. The mortgage lender and the realtor had put this on. They hired a 13-year-old kid in the neighborhood to knock doors and to give everybody an invitation to the event. And everybody brought their own meat to put on the grill, right? They had one of the guys that was grilling the meat, but the realtor and the mortgage lender spent about $50 total on some sides and some sodas. And what was so cool, because I got to go to that myself, is as I was looking around, there was about 50 people there, and the kids are playing basketball, the dads are playing cornhole, there's even a kickball game. But the coolest part for me is as I was looking around, not one single person was on their cell phone. Everybody was just hanging out, playing, having a good time, talking, and getting to know their neighbors. And that's the kind of HOA that we think people want to live in. We're on a mission to transform the way homeowners associations runs, and the impact events are going to be a huge part of that. But it's all part of the hyper local social farming strategy, right? So your takeaway today should be, how do you get your marketing even more localized? How do you get in front of the people that are serving homeowners every day, add value to them where you're indispensable and you want to be the solution to the challenges that they bring forward? So the way that our program works, just so you know, is that we have a referral membership plan. That's how it is. It's less than $1 a day. You can go to hoa.com/LO and you can complete the application, and we'll walk you through the process. But the way that the communities work is we only promote one person per industry, per area. So in each community, there will only be one loan officer. Once you lock up a community, you lock your competition out. So one loan officer, one realtor, one insurance agent, one painter, one plumber, and we create an actual team of professionals that is committed to working together in that community and elevating the experience and the performance for everyone. Todd, anything you want to add there?
I love the whole lock out your competition, right? I just know that that's one of the things we're always looking for, is what can I do differently than the loan officer down the street or around, down the block, whatever that looks like. And so there definitely is a first mover advantage here as we roll out a beta.
Absolutely. And as we launch this, then people are claiming the best communities. And once they're locked up, they're locked out. So the other thing that we do is the referral partner co-marketing campaigns. You saw that with the Home Safe Report. It's automated co-marketing. It's set it and forget it. And really the key is inviting your trusted team to join you and to co-market in these areas. And that way, every single month, your name is getting out there in front of people. The concierge and the coaching we've kind of talked about, you've kind of heard what we do there, but you want to constantly be adding value to everyone that you can. And the way that we are attracting homeowners and adding value is once we activate a community, we'll send out a satisfaction survey to every homeowner in that neighborhood to find out how they rate their HOA. And we then opt them in to the Home Safe Report and to our community news so that we can continually remarket to them and retarget all of the professionals that license it. We talked about the Home Safe Report, the community pages, and we're creating lifetime client campaigns, because what we know about our pros is that you guys are busy helping people, and oftentimes you're really good at, say, mortgages, for example, but some people are not great at marketing. You guys are probably better than most, but the blue collar guys, they go in ghost mode, right? Painter, plumber, electrician comes to your house takes care of your home, and you never hear from them again. So we're creating these campaigns to help all of you remarket, retarget those homeowners to stay top of mind. And we talked about the impact events and the concierge. Todd, you want to share your story about Matt Baker and kind of what his experience has been?
Well, there's two things I think that were really pivotal here, and this is, of course, Matt sitting in Mexico on the beach while HOA.com was onboarding his agents. So, he really was surprised at how easy that piece was, that he didn't have to do all the heavy lifting himself. Once he had agents that had said yes, then HOA.com helped them through the process and the next steps. The other thing that was really interesting is that the day that he made his calls to go after to fill his first group of agents, he got 4 referrals that turned into 4 applications that day, which again speaks to the power of actually picking up and calling your real estate agents.
Well, what a concept. And you need to have something to offer them, right? Something unique. I love this testimonial from Daniel Herrera because he kind of says the same thing. He said, I love this program, gave him the confidence to cold call new realtors who are excited and have said yes. But he said he received 2 leads from 1 realtor in just the first few days of signing up. So those are the kind of success stories that we see all the time, but you got to take action, right? You got to pick up the phone, reach out to people, and add value to them. Now, just so you get a picture of what we're building, this is our vision board of the partners that we're looking to bring on board. And you already saw Home Depot on the Home Safe Report. We're doing a pilot project with them. We've partnered with Home Advantage, with Thumbtack. Care.com is already a partner, and there's a number of these brands that we're in partnership conversations right now. But these are the types of companies that will be on HOA.com. And so just so you get kind of a vision for where we're going. So what happens at this point, and we're going to open it up for questions in just a second, but kind of next steps are, if you like what you hear, we would invite you to apply at HOA.com/LO. Now, there's no cost or obligation. The cost of our membership is $357 per year. It's an annual membership. You become a member in our referral network once your background check is approved. And then you have access to all of the tools that we shared with you. You'll select the program that fits best for you. Some people will want to license more than one community, and so we give you that option as well. And then we'll do a one-on-one onboarding with you and just get you successful. You'll claim your top desired communities and then activate your network. So that's really the process that we take you through. So with that, we're going to go ahead and open it up for questions. You can put those in chat. You can call or text us. We have people standing by. So if you want to have a conversation with a human other than putting in questions into chat, you can call or text us at 623-253-5700. Okay, Todd, as we open it up for questions, anything that you want to add or ask?
Well, I mean, I guess I would ask you, what's your current feeling about your plan for 2024? Do you feel like, hey, I've got a plan that is rock solid, that I know will create new relationships with the people that I want to do business with in order to grow as I head into the year, or not? And so here is a time where we know every dollar counts, is a low cost of entry for you to have a different plan, a different tool in your tool belt to help you grow into next year, not just yourself, but to help you grow your real estate partners, to help you grow really all the other groups that we talked about, because you may have been part of a networking group, or maybe not, but either way, you probably haven't been intentional with all the different folks that you're referring business to about those relationships. And this is, as I mentioned, I call it a relationship platform. It's a great opportunity for you to formalize those relationships with the other folks that probably think of you when they think of mortgage, but may not think of referring you when that comes up. And so I just love the success stories that we have within our community. I've experienced it myself. And so that's why we're here to talk to you about it, answer questions. So am I forgetting anything, Brandon, that you think is important that you and I have recently discussed that we've talked about helping people grow into 24?
Yeah, I think it really comes down to partnership. I mean, I do a lot of podcast interviews. People always ask me what I see as kind of keys to success. And I always think it's partnership, right? That was what worked for me when I was in the mortgage business, and it's worked ever since. And having people open doors for you, and you've got to add value to people, right? If you want to receive referrals from them, you need to give value to them. You need to show up as a solution and find ways that are different, right? Find a different offer and opportunity than just what everybody else is talking about, a 2-1 buy down and different loan programs and your service and your fees. Like, that's the same conversation that everybody's having. So the reason I was successful starting back in 1997, I created an online homebuyer guide. It was kind of an early version of Zillow, but I went to realtors and said, I want to feature your listing on the Portland Online Homebuyer Guide. And that's what separated me from the competition. And we kind of see that happening here, right? So add value to your partners and get people to commit to doing business with you. Whether you join HOA.com or not, you should be having a conversation about partnership. And we think that two things that we're doing are totally unique. Number one, the community co-marketing, actually marketing into the individual communities. Nobody's done that, especially with an automated tool like the HomeSafe report. And just creating that consistency of communication is huge. So if not this, what? But let's see if there's any questions. I see Bob has a question about the cost per community. So it's $357 to be a member of HOA.com, and that includes one community. And there are other packages and options. So if you want to license 3 communities, the price goes down. At that point, it's $997 for 3 communities. And then we've got larger packages that bring the cost down even more, because it extends it from a 1-year to a 2-year term. So you get basically twice the value at the same cost. So there's all kinds of options, totally affordable. And for you guys, you're earning on average about $4,000 per community, a little more nationally. So what's the ROI, right? If you're not doing this, what are you doing that's going to move the needle? And whether you join us or not, take these same principles and put them to work in your business. All right.
That's the key, right? The key is don't worry about the number of communities now, unless you already know, hey, these are the places I know I can make an impact with my realtors. Because absolutely, then the bigger packages would be a great opportunity for you. What I'd be looking at is, hey, how do I jump in here? How do I create this as a pillar of my business for next year? And then what's going to happen is you're going to have the success, and the success will lead to more success and more relationships. And that's ultimately what we all need as we head into the new year.
Now, Todd, when you first started, your first week that you started making calls, I know you made a lot of calls in the first day, and I know you talk about batting 1,000. So what did that conversation look like? Will you just kind of demo for people what you would say, knowing what you know now?
Well, so full disclosure, I did it on Zoom, and I had almost 100 loan officers that were listening. So I was on Zoom, on mic. So it wasn't like I did this in the darkness of my own home. And, it was actually on Zoom with an audience of folks, and
Training them on what to say, demoing it for them.
I was leading by example. I mean, that's really what I do. When you say, hey, I get in the lab with people, is how you call it, hey, we're in the lab with you. But for me, I believe in leading by example. And I committed that day to the group. I was going to call 100 agents, but I internally committed to myself a standard. I was going to talk to 50, have 50 quality conversations. So when I hit 100, I wasn't at my 50 quality conversations. I ended up making 110 dials and ended up talking to 51 realtors that day. Now I couldn't offer them all, because what happened was, real quick, everyone said yes. So I couldn't offer all 50 people, or guess what? I would have filled all 50. I just didn't have 50 spots with HOA.com for my team. And we didn't have the capacity to take on that many right at once. And so really the conversation was around, what they're currently doing, right? You have an opportunity when you have someone on the phone who is interested to hear from you, to have that curiosity that you need. Like, what's the question that I need to ask to understand what are their concerns and where they're at? So for me, I talked around farming, right? That was, I got to the point where I could say, oh, awesome. Hey, remind me, are you currently farming or not? And the answer was always either, yes, I'm farming. And then I was going down the path of, awesome. Hey, like, how's that going? Right. I was curious, like, what are you doing? What's unique? Hey, with your maybe be an opportunity for me to talk about a unique tool that's a relationship platform where you could formalize some of the relationships that you have with these other folks. So I might have asked them, hey, are you referring out a pool person, a yard person? Absolutely. Awesome. Do you get a lot of referrals from them? No. Awesome. Hey, well, find a platform where you could actually formalize that relationship. Would that be of interest? If they said, no, I'm not farming, I would say, well, oh, really? Why not? And it was typically like, oh, I've been thinking about it, but I don't know what to do. Or I did it and it didn't work. Or I did it and I just didn't do it long enough. I'm awesome. Well, hey, you know what? I know it's an overwhelming thing, but what if I had a relationship platform and a blueprint for success that we could help you with that would get you there? Would you be open-minded to a conversation around that? And again, inevitably, yes. I mean, and so it was wild. I guess that's the only word. I did expect a high conversion rate because I think I'm super passionate about the product. Number one, I believe in the product. I know it works. Number two is I think I'm pretty good at connecting in sales. And number three is that I'm pretty good at building relationship. But in the end, what I realized was that everyone who's in real estate believes that this should be part of what they're doing going forward. And so it's just a great tool for me to help them get there faster.
I love it. I love it. And I was just showing on screen. I'll show it one quick second before we wrap. So we've got a specific loan officer success kit. We've got a whole plan and program. There's documents to guide you through the conversation so you don't have to guess what to say. You've got a script that you can follow. And then again, we're doing training twice a month. The first and third Wednesday of every month is our Win by Noon for mortgage loan officers, a group coaching call. So we'd love to have you in the network. We'd love to support your success. If this is appealing to you, go to hoa.com/LO. There you can apply for free. There's no cost or obligation. Have a conversation, see if it's a fit for you. But we would love to consider having you as part of the team as we launch this nationwide in January. All right, Todd, any last thoughts you want to share before we wrap?
Listen, I'm just always excited. Thanks for staying till the end. That tells me that you have a thirst for knowledge. You're the kind of person that we want in our community. The bottom line is that Brandon and I do this. We get on with the members and we walk through success stories. We walk through scripting. We walk through the how-tos. And then we also have the community there, also cameras on, giving feedback, asking questions, talking about what worked for them, where they were struggling. And so if you're like me and you're looking to grow in 2024, we'd encourage you to jump in. It's just a great opportunity that I don't know. And I know with certainty you won't be disappointed.
Absolutely. Well said. All right, guys. And the key is take action, whether that's coming here with us, take some of what you've learned today and take action today. Be bold, be courageous, call those realtors, come up with a reason to add value to them, not staying in touch with them or checking in with them, but find a reason to add real value to them and they'll appreciate it and you'll get more business. So thanks for joining us, guys. We appreciate you. If you have any questions, you can email us at success@hoa.com. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Good seeing you all.
Take care.